Hey Rod, it's Joellen. I'm trying to make that video I told you that I was going to make, and just talk a little bit about, I guess, my growing up or, my life. I was born in Albany, Georgia, and for a short period of time we moved to a town called Dublin, Georgia, which is in the middle of the state, and it's very small. First time I ever saw snow, my mother and Dad and Johnny and I guess all of us, but I don't remember, but we were in a theater and we were watching a movie. And when we finished with the movie, when we came outside, it had snowed. And we had never seen snow. I had never seen snow on the ground in my life. And we were walking through the parking lot, and someone had built a snowman on top of their car. I never, ever forgot that. That it was the most amazing thing. I've finally got all of the pictures together. I'm going to send you some class pictures of me. And on the back, it tells you where I am. So it just shows you, just to give you an idea, this is just us, I guess. And like one of them has us on the back. So maybe just give you an idea of what we all looked like back then. But I'm also sending, obviously I am sending pictures of Mom and Dad, and picture of, I think you have this picture, but I'm not going to worry about duplicates, because I do believe that there are duplicates in the stack of pictures that I have. So there should be some duplication, but just wanted to, I guess, explain something and just tell you that if you wonder who those are, if you look on the back, oh, that's reversed, but it's not reversed on the piece of paper. It's David and his date at a prom. So I tried to let you know who all these people were when you saw them. And again, like I said, some of these could very well be duplicated, but I'm trying to get, various pictures of Dad. That's Dad there. That is our Christmas. I don't remember a real amazing Christmas, to be honest with you, but they didn't have amazing toys when we, as you well know, when we came along. So I'm again trying to show you different ages. Hold that. And then he's just sitting in a chair reading. He was a very active guy. Dad was super active, and he did not sit around a lot, but I, on the other hand, sit around a lot, just like my mom. So, and I'm trying to send pictures of your aunts. This is Aunt Beulah May. And so, and your grandmother Holt. This is grandmother. She lived to be 103. I'm sure I'm going to repeat some things today, but I'll try not to. But I do believe I told you that grandmother lived to be 103, and that she died on the same day that Dad died. And so, just some pictures of great granddad. No, that's our granddad. That's our granddad. But anyway, these are more like great grandma kind of people. Didn't know them, didn't meet them, but just want to get these pictures to you. One of the pictures that I'm sending to you is, I'm not in a big hurry with this video. I'm hoping I can get it uploaded to you, but one of the pictures that I'm sending to you is this is the 50th, and you can't even tell from here, but this is the 50th anniversary picture, and I'm going to identify who these people are with a document. So it is wrapped. It's wrapped up in a document telling you from left to right who the pictures are of. And I'm going to be sending you pictures of Johnny and I when we were kids. Oh, I stole this gun from him. He has the hat. I got the gun. I always was smarter than my brother Johnny, but don't tell him. Okay, so I want to share some things with you. Like, this is a picture of Gary, my husband, and I. We're in Hawaii. This was an awards trip. I worked for IBM, and I sold a lot of stuff as a rookie. So I won Rookie of the Year for our, like, 5 or 6 state sector. Not just the branch, which is just one part of one state, and not just one state. It was like Florida, Georgia, North and South Carolina, Alabama, and Mississippi, I think, is the, I forget what you call it, but anyway, a section. So Gary and I got to go to Hawaii, and we sort of enjoyed it. It was kind of one of those things where we got there and we came back and we went. That was a long trip just to go to the beach. It was 15 hours or something. And so it was kind of one of those things that it was awesome that you know, I did that good a job in my rookie year. As a matter of fact, I didn't even get credit for anything for the first 6 months. Everyone else got credit for anything that came in, all the other salespeople. So I was pretty psyched. And that same year, I've won a couple of awards within IBM. I was able to go to San Diego from Georgia. That's a pretty big deal. And had my own room, didn't have to share with anyone, got to go to award ceremonies, and we had concerts and just got treated very nicely because of having won that award. So this actually was one of our houses. We had relatives over, and they were all taking pictures. But this is like Johnny's. This lady right here is, as a matter of fact, it's one of Gary's. This is Gary, one of Gary's brother's wife. This is Chuck's wife. She's a little. They're both kind of ended up messing life up pretty good for themselves and doing a pretty good job with their kids, mostly their daughter. Relatives of Gary's had a hot tub, so we were able to crawl in the hot tub. I wanted to tell you about this. This is a trip that we made with another couple, and I don't know that I have their picture, but we were able to. They had a private plane, and he ran a golf course and country club, and he was the one who ran the golf course and the country club. Buds, B-U-D-D. And Pat, his wife, is who I knew, and that's how we got the invitation. And we just started hanging out with them. We were able to go snow skiing with them, which was very unusual. We were able to do that because we went as a group, and so that made that trip awesome and a lot of fun, and we all enjoyed ourselves very much. I'm going to push that and make it, hopefully that looks better for you. It was focused on my neck. So anyway, we'll push that. So we were able to go to Colorado and go skiing, and we had the best time. But every time Gary goes up in altitude, he gets altitude sickness. And I was having to fly, we were at Vail, which is a big deal snow skiing area here in America. And again, there were three couples, and so the cost was a lot less. But we were right on the slopes, which was way awesome. And we went there, and then I had to get on a plane, and that's when I flew to San Diego, and then flew back. And it was an interesting year, I don't mind telling you. But Gary got sick, and I mean, he had he threw up in the car all over the windshield, and I had to give him my top shirt to clean it off so we could find our way to the to the airport. And I actually flew out of one of the most dangerous airports in the world, and that was Vail's airport, so that was interesting. And but he got the car all cleaned up and everything was fine. So I don't know if you saw this. This is our granddad, and he's an engineer. He was an engineer. And me being funny. And so I just wanted to tell you I'm sending these pictures to you. And in addition to those pictures, because here's a picture of, you'll really like this one. Isn't that a cool picture? Okay, that's Dad with my cousin Bobby. And this is a picture of a place he worked in central of Georgia, and this was can't remember the name of it. It's a town. I know that says a lot to you, doesn't it? But I wanted to tell you that in addition to sending those pictures, I am also sending I have a clip on it, and these are just some pictures that I took of different things. Like, I got attacked by the swan, and some beautiful flowers, which is I do a lot of I love flowers. There's black and white. I sent that for you because it was not color, chickadee. So I'm going to put these in, and what I'm going to do is I know that I can take this video and I can upload it to YouTube, and I can put it in my area, and I can tell you where to find it. And so then you can play it at your leisure whenever you want to. So I believe that's what I'm going to do, and it's probably going to have to be in a couple of parts. It might fit one, but it may be part 1, part 2. And if it is, I will put that it's part 1 and part 2. Trying to think of things that would be of interest to you. I started out just doing point and shoot kind of photography, and Gary and I, when we went on the road, we decided we want to learn to be fly fishermen. So we went to Cabela's. I do not know if you've ever heard of Cabela's, but Cabela's is a big sports store, and you go in and they have stuffed heads all around the top, like up there it would be full of stuffed deer and antelope, and but there's a center section in the store of the one that we went to that basically had an elephant, and it had goats, mountain goats on a mountain, and they did a really big deal. It was really big. It was really cool, and everyone loved it. And they're all over the country, but they're not prolific. There's not tons of them. There's just like there wasn't one in Georgia. And I think they finally built one in Georgia. So I know that there's not even one in each state. But then they started building smaller ones that didn't have that center piece, for one thing. And they're kind of like a sub-store, but they're pretty big for a sub-store. And then, like Montana right now, I believe we have like 3 of the smaller stores. And next door in Idaho, they have one of the bigger stores. It's kind of boring, isn't it? So anyway, that's just the way they do business in the United States. But we went in and we spent, a couple of $100, $300 on our fly rods and flies and all this other stuff, and all the line, and they gave us all of our instructions on how to load the line up, and put the various links, the leader. And Gary learned all that stuff, and I let him do my fly rod. But when we got, and we did go fishing, and as a matter of fact, I may have a picture in here of me fishing standing in the middle of what Montana calls a river. It's called the Boulder River. And the reason is it has all these big rocks, and when you're walking, and they're all round, they're not square at all, so you're very careful walking through there. But it's full of trout, and it's a great trout place. I think I did tell you about this one, that people came from all over the country to actually fish in that particular river, and we had kind of it was a private, and not everyone could go get on that river, so had some pretty good fish in it. But I couldn't catch them. I could not catch the trout in that river. I could catch them in other places, but I couldn't catch cold in the Boulder River. So we probably won't go there. Besides that, it's a day or two away from where we are. I'm hoping that y'all plan on staying a while. I hope that we can show you some of the beauty of our nation, and maybe even a little bit of Canada, and